In this BDRSuite demo, I'll guide you through adding your Azure account as a data source for backup. First, open the BDRSuite Backup Server's web-based console in your browser, enter your username and password, and click Sign In to access the dashboard. Next, navigate to the Cloud Workloads tab. Select the Data Sources menu and click on Azure Account to begin the setup process. Now, click on Add Azure Account to add your Azure credentials. To add Azure accounts for Azure VM Backup and Recovery in BDRSuite, you'll need the tenant ID, application ID, and application password. In this video, I'll guide you through generating these details. You can also download the latest PDF guide or expand the UI for detailed step-by-step instructions. Before adding your Azure account as a data source in BDRSuite Backup Server, make sure you have an Azure account to log in to the Azure Portal and have the required permissions to register an application and assign a role. Now let's move on to the first step, generating the application ID in your Azure Portal. Start by signing into the Azure Portal using your administrator credentials. You can find the link to the Azure Portal in the description box. Enter your password and click Sign In to access your Azure Portal. Search for and locate Microsoft Entra ID in the Azure Portal. On the Microsoft Entra ID page, select Manage on the left pane. Then, choose App Registrations and click on New Registration to create a new application. On the Register an Application page, you'll need to fill in a few details. Start by entering a display name for your application. Next, under Supported Account Types, select the option Accounts in this organizational directory only. Finally, click the Register button to complete the process. After registration, you'll be redirected to a page where you'll find the unique application ID assigned by Microsoft Entra ID. Be sure to copy the application ID. On the same page, you can also find the tenant ID, so make sure to copy that as well. Now, let's take a look at how to generate the application password. Next, select Certificates and Secrets under the Manage section in the left pane. Then, click on New Client Secret under the Client Secrets tab. This will open a separate section titled Add a Client Secret. On this page, describe your application secret and select 24 months from the Expires menu, and then click Add to create your client secret. This will generate and display the application password under the Value column. Be sure to copy the application password, as the portal will only display it once. You can use the Copy to Clipboard icon to easily copy the password. Once the generated application password expires, create a new client secret and update it in BDRSuite. If the expired password is not updated, your backups will fail. Now click on the Home button to redirect to the home screen. Now let's see how to create a role for the Azure subscriptions. Click on Azure Services. On the home page, under the Azure Services section, select Subscriptions. Alternatively, you can search for subscriptions using the search box at the top. From the list of subscriptions, click on the subscription that you plan to use in BDRSuite for configuring backups. On the left pane of the selected subscription page, click Access Control, IM. Then, click Add and select Add Custom Role. On the Create Custom Role page, let's add the following details. Under the Basics tab, enter a custom role name. For baseline permissions, select the option Start from Scratch. Once done, click Next to continue. On the Permissions tab, simply click Next to proceed. Next, on Assignable Scopes tab. Here, click +Add Assignable Scopes to include any other subscriptions you have access to. Remember, if you plan to use other subscriptions for backup and recovery, be sure to select them now. Otherwise, you'll need to repeat these steps separately for each subscription later. On the JSON tab, click Edit. Copy the entire content from the JSON policy document. You can find this document in the PDF guide or within the BDRSuite UI. Additionally, you can find the link to the attached document in the description box. Paste the JSON script under the Permissions section, and finally, click Save to apply your changes. Once done, click on Review plus Create. On the Review C+ Create tab, take a moment to review the role assignment settings, and then click the Create button to finalize the process. Now, you have successfully created the custom role for the subscriptions. Now, let's add the role assignment. On the home page, under the Azure Services section, select Subscriptions, or you can search for the subscriptions using the search box at the top. From the list of subscriptions, click on the subscription that you plan to use in BDRSuite. Now, select Access Control, IAM, then click Add and choose Add Role Assignment. On the Add Role Assignment page, under Job Function Roles, use the search box to select the role you created earlier by filtering for the Custom Role option. Alternatively, you can select the Privileged Administrator Roles tab and choose the Owner Role option to assign an owner role for your subscription. This owner role is mandatory for performing VM and host recovery to Microsoft Azure. Next, on the Members tab, start by selecting the User, Group, or Service Principal option for the Assign Access to field. Next, click on Select Members, which opens a dialog box. Here, search for and select the application you created in Step 1, and then click the Select button. Once that's done, go ahead and click Next. On the Review plus Assign tab, review the role assignment settings, and when you're ready, click the Review plus Assign button to complete the process. You have now successfully added the role assignment. Next, let's add the Azure account on the BDRSuite Backup Server. For this, navigate to the BDRSuite Backup Server console. Next, you'll need your tenant ID, application ID, and application password details. If you have already noted these details, you can enter them directly. Otherwise, you can find them in your Azure account, and I'll guide you on how to locate them. To find the tenant ID, log into your Azure Portal and select the Microsoft Entra ID. On the Microsoft Entra ID page, you can find the tenant ID listed under the Basic Information section. Next, to find the application ID, navigate to the Manage tab on the left pane. Select App Registrations, then click on the application you created in Step 1. You'll find the application ID listed under the Essentials section. For the application password field, provide the application password you copied after creating the client secret. Once you have all the necessary details, let's get started by providing a name for your Azure account. Next, enter the tenant ID, application ID, and application password. Finally, click Save to complete the setup. Once done, your Azure account will be successfully added as a data source for backup. You can now configure backup. Navigate to Backup, Configure Backup menu, and choose Azure. For a step-by-step video on how to configure backup and recovery for your Azure VM, click the link in the description box. Now, it's your time to try it out. Visit our website to start your 30-day free trial. And if you need any assistance, contact BDR support. Thanks for watching.